and welcome back to another exciting episode of Happy Health. I'm your host, Gayatri. I hope you've been watching all our previous episodes and using all the wonderful tips that our guest has provided us on how to look good, feel good, and be at your best health. And today we have another exciting topic, intermittent fasting. And we have our guest, Monica Batra with Diet Point with us today. Monica, welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Gayatri. Thank you for welcoming me again. It's
All
really a
right, we are
pleasure.
very excited you are here today because we have a very exciting topic. So a lot of people, do a lot of things. I mean, a lot of diets, and they were unable to lose weight. Even if they lose weight, they cannot keep it off. So what is your insight into that?
So, Gayatri, today we were about to discuss about intermittent fasting, right? But
Yes.
on a regular diet, like for example, when you and me are not fasting and we are eating regularly our normal diet, why we don't lose weight in spite of eating healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, for example, we start our day say with our breakfast, and these days, what is your breakfast like? For example, many people will tell me it's cornflakes because it is easier, muesli, and because we want to eat healthy,
Mm-hmm.
we don't take parathas, something that is our staple, okay,
Yes.
or something that we like. Now, when we take muesli,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we take at least one bowl. One bowl of muesli is having at least 16 to 17 grams of sugar, 400 calories if you take extra serving, right?
Wow.
Fat is around 10 grams. Now, what happens is the concept of healthy eating is shifted to packed food. Okay,
Yes.
so this is when I compare this to a paratha. A paratha would have only 182 calories, one paratha, okay, and a muesli bowl would have around 350 calories. Sugar in paratha is there is no sugar. Okay, there is
Yes.
fat which is 5 grams. But when you compare it to a healthy breakfast like cornflakes and muesli, it is half of what we, you know. So
Yeah.
here the concept of healthy eating is changed. For
Yes.
instance, we all want to diet, and so our snacks are also healthy. We buy
Yeah.
those generally people, most Indians that we generally work with will buy kurmura bhel or makhana
Uh-huh.
bhel
Yeah.
because those are healthy. Now, to preserve that kurmura in the packet, they add a lot of oil, they add a lot of sodium. Otherwise, it
Mhm.
wouldn't really taste good. They add
Yeah.
a lot of sugar. So one such, say if I talk about say 300 or 400 grams packet of kurmura,
Mhm.
and because
Yeah.
it is healthy, we tend to finish the entire packet. It
Yes.
is at least 600 calories. That amount of oil
Oh
goes
my
in.
God. Okay.
Okay, and has around 10 grams of sugar. In fact, our samosa or vada, mendu vada, is less fats than the kurmura bhel. Okay,
Wow.
so
Mhm.
and there is no sugar in your samosa
Yeah.
or that way. So these are the problem. The problem is our the mentality that is shifted towards the healthy food, and
Yeah.
we ignoring whatever we used to have earlier.
Hmm.
So fat is still not an issue. The issue is the sugar that goes in every product, right?
That's more
Similarly,
dangerous, probably, right?
it's
Sugar
more
is more
dangerous.
dangerous. Yeah.
Now, what happens in the long run is, for example, our stomach, we have a lot of good bacteria.
Hmm.
Over a period of time, this bacteria flora changes. Okay,
Yes.
so the bacteria which are more which can grow more on sugar start growing, and the
Hmm.
bacteria which can grow more on probiotics actually are very minimal, and over a period of
Yeah.
time the entire flora changes. Now when
Okay.
this happens, now everything is connected.
Yeah.
We can't focus much because our brain is also connected to our gut,
Yes.
right?
Guts. Yeah.
Similarly, yeah, a lot of people would use Nescafe, the cold coffees that we get, okay,
Yes.
and with chai without, with sugar. They say that sugar should be avoided. When you take a coffee, it has around 20 grams of sugar, that 150 ml bottle I'm talking about. Okay, whereas your chai, if you take 1 teaspoon of sugar in it, it has 6 grams of sugar, whatever that way. So the idea of, entirely changing our food to convenience food is one
Yes.
reason that we're not losing weight. And plus we fall for that hype or the marketing. We fall for that
Yes.
hype that it is
I know.
healthier food. Yeah. So I would instead say, for your breakfast, if you are a South Indian, go for your idli or your
Oh yeah,
rice.
my favorite.
Yes, because
Yeah.
rice is not going to make you fat,
No.
but definitely cornflakes will. You
Yeah.
know, we need to understand the lobby behind this marketing. Okay,
Hmm.
so the breakfast is the most important part of the day, was
Hmm.
introduced by these companies who sell cornflakes.
Yeah.
Okay, that way. Otherwise, it was never earlier that way, that the breakfast is the most important. For example, intermittent fasting. When we are
Yes.
on intermittent fasting, we don't take breakfast generally.
Yeah.
And for example, when if you have eaten your dinner very well, you generally don't require breakfast. But
Okay.
breakfast is the most important part of the day, has been taught even in nutrition books, following this marketing lobbies. So
Yeah.
I suggest that if you can, and many a times we skip breakfast, right? For
Yeah.
example, if you're late for work or if you're late
Yeah.
for college, we tend to skip. So
Yeah.
it's better to skip your breakfast, and that is where intermittent fasting plays a role in. Coming
Wow.
to changing your breakfast to what you were earlier eating.
Hmm.
For example, as I said, if you're a South Indian, your mendu vada is not as high calorie as your muesli.
Yeah.
And if you are a Punjabi, then a paratha is not as high calorie as your muesli and cornflakes, and
Hmm.
as your Nescafe, as your kurmura bhel.
Yeah.
If you do these things at home, the only thing that you need to do is you need to work a little extra, and I think we
Hmm.
should do that, because
Yeah.
eventually you are spending money, and you are also somewhere, we all have fallen prey for these things, and we all have affected our health to an extent.
Yes. That is so true. Everybody go for the easy pack of, breakfast cereal
Yes.
instead of working in the
This
kitchen
is
and
the
making.
reason people
Yeah.
think that I follow a very healthy diet, but I don't lose weight. So
Yeah.
I personally feel it's not even fat; it's the hidden sugar. For
Yes.
example, if you're going to Pizza Hut, you buy that. We tend to you buy a burger. Burger is not that bad, but the amount of ketchup sachets which are free, which we actually take, around
Yeah.
4 to 5, and we
Yeah.
want to finish all of them. So
Yeah.
one sachet has around 8 grams of sugar.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
when we take 4, 5, we don't realize we are actually taking nothing less than 20 to 25 grams of sugar in itself. Okay, similarly, same goes with, we avoid dahi.
Hmm.
Okay, and it's very cool and fashionable to drink Yakult. Okay,
Yeah.
which again has grams of sugar.
Yeah.
So I think sugar is the main culprit in the packed food, more
Oh,
than
yes.
fat itself.
Yes. So, speaking about intermittent fasting, what is the right way to do it?
So intermittent fasting is basically, our forefathers, they
Yeah.
have been always doing it. For example, they never had 4 meals, like breakfast, then snacks, then lunch, then snacks, and then dinner.
And dinner.
They
Yeah.
never used to really have it, And if you see a Muslim community also, they fast for entire 14 to 16
Yes.
hours, like
Hmm.
4 in the morning till 7 in the evening, right?
Yes.
So
Hmm.
when we are fasting, the body has a lot of other things like clearing our system. Okay,
Okay.
there's something called as autophagy. Autophagy
Okay.
is basically clearing your dead cells, repairing your intestine, repairing your other cells of the body. When for a day, when you don't give your body the work of digestion, it can
Hmm.
utilize its energy you know to the
Okay.
other
Clean it
things
up.
that it can do. For example, there are people who do intermittent fasting for, say, years and years.
Hmm.
They feel, they look younger.
Wow.
The
Okay.
reason is the body has the time to repair
Yeah.
your internal organs that way. Now, digestion is a huge process. So
Hmm.
around 85% of our energy is used in digestion. So
Yes.
if you feel that, this is the reason that when on intermittent fasting, you really don't feel tired. Okay, because most the concept is that the energy used for digestion is used for other purposes, and that
Mhm.
is why you don't feel tired. And people are amazed that um, they are not eating, but still they are more energetic, because
Yeah.
digestion takes around 80% of your energy that way.
I know.
So if you are not eating, body utilizes fats.
Yes.
So intermittent fasting is the easiest way to lose your lower belly fat. It is the easiest way to correct your hormones like thyroid, PCOD, and if you have any kind of hormonal issues, it is the easiest way to do so. All your thyroid medication, all your PCOD medication at times also depend on your weight. So once you lose the belly fat, which is
Yeah.
like, fat is connected to your heart
Especially
and
for women, it's a big issue, right? Women especially deal with a lot of that belly fat
belly
issues. Yeah.
fat, yeah. So intermittent fasting is the easiest way to do so. Now, for a person like me who does intermittent, there are two ways to do it. For some
Okay.
people, skipping dinner is easier. Okay, and for others, skipping breakfast is easier. For me, skipping breakfast is easier. So
Okay.
once you get up in the morning, say your last meal is at around 8 p.m. in the night,
Yeah.
the next meal should be directly at lunch.
Okay.
If it is not easy for you, maybe you could start with 12 hours intermittent fasting. Like after 8, after you finish your dinner, don't eat anything while watching TV. So there is nothing allowed. It's only water or maybe green tea, but
Yeah.
otherwise nothing else. So 8, I
To
mean at
next
least
day.
till 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing 14 hours of intermittent fasting, right? And if you really want to benefit, try at least 16 hours of intermittent, right? Now there has been something like 18 hours, there is
Mhm.
like 20 hours, there is 22 hours, and there is also 24 hours. That is one meal a day. Okay.
Wow.
And apart from weight loss, I mean, weight loss is okay.
Yeah.
You will get rid of your diabetes, your insulin resistance, right? But for diabetics, it has to be actually very, very well planned.
Okay.
Okay, because sugar should not drop the entire
Mhm.
cycle that they are not eating, or should not go really high after they eat food. So
Okay.
for diabetes, it has to be really well planned. But for women who are suffering from PCOD and
Mhm.
other thyroid issues, they
Thyroid
should
issues.
definitely
Yeah.
go for it. Yeah, just start with 12 hours of fasting. Start then, each day start increasing an hour that way.
Okay.
It's
So
really
for
easy.
the people with diabetes, should they consult a doctor before starting the intermittent fasting,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. They should consult because their medication should match their carbohydrate in the food that way.
Okay. 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 So what are some of the things that are allowed and not allowed in the intermittent fasting?
So basically, for me personally, I would say, um, as I said earlier, like, a lot of people feel that, okay, I broke my fast in the morning,
Mhm.
and, I had tea and biscuits. I'm not against tea or biscuits. Now, people who are on a diet, they would go for something like, digestive biscuits or Mari
Yeah.
biscuits.
Mhm.
So you go to check the package of, I don't really have it because here it's in the lockdown. I could not really get it. But if you go to check a digestive biscuit pack, three biscuits are giving you much more fat and calories than your, maybe poha, upma, or dosa that way. So if you feel that in spite of fasting for 14 hours, for 16 hours, I'm not losing weight, again, the cause is sugar. But
Mhm.
otherwise, if you are eating home food, okay,
Mhm.
when you open your fast, and if you're eating your dal rice, or if you're eating your roti sabzi, or and fish, chicken, whatever, if you're eating your home food, I really don't feel that you require a dietitian to plan your diet.
Yes. True.
It is
Mhm.
only that, the problem with the, we generally feel that the healthy is really healthy. Now, for example, I saw this product Patanjali, which is,
Yeah.
they have this atta, can check it, it's there in the market. So
Okay.
they sell this atta. On the front label, it is written 100% whole wheat flour, and when you check it behind, it is written 43% whole wheat flour. So 100% whole wheat flour and 43% whole wheat flour. So the other day I saw this brand which is very famous in India, and we have this here in Singapore as well. Here, I should not be taking the brand name, but if you see, there is 100% whole wheat flour written on the atta packet. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and behind, if you check, it is 43% whole wheat flour, and then the rest of the things.
Yeah.
So I think when it is written 100% whole wheat flour, it should be 100%
Yes.
and not corn added or anything else.
Yeah.
Because I should not be taking the brand name, but if you go and check out, it's easily available everywhere. So the whole problem is that we getting into convenient. For example, we get the dosa atta,
Mhm.
we buy it from the store. Again,
Yeah.
again, it is packed since very long, and dosa is something that you ferment it fresh and eat it fresh. So
Yes.
these are the problem. But if you are cooking at home and if you are following intermittent
Yeah.
fasting, there is no requirement for a dietitian unless you have any medical issue. But if you are somebody who has a hormonal issue like PCOD, thyroid, you should immediately start and stick to your homemade meals.
Mhm.
And I don't think there will be any problem. Personally, I have come out of thyroid. My thyroid used to be as high as 65,
Oh,
and the normal levels are up till 4.
okay.
Okay. So doing this, I have come out of it. I have come out of PCOD and never planned really. I myself being a dietitian, only sticking to cooked food and intermittent. So that is the
Right.
beauty. So the whole
Yeah.
hype of this diet food and the dietitians charging a bomb, I don't think is really required. We just need to follow what our parents used to follow,
Yes, I was going
what
to
our
say, make your own dosa batter, right?
we just need
And
to follow that.
yeah,
you
less
know uh,
package and more homemade food. And
go to the butcher and get your fish and meat rather
mm,
than going for the packed food that way.
yes,
Because as it is, the soil itself is not as rich as it was earlier,
yes,
and plus the chemicals and everything is definitely there. So
yeah,
at least at home, as much as you can manage, you could.
true. And for the intermittent fasting, is there an age limit? Like kids can do it like 16 years and up?
So my daughter is 8 years. She
Uh-huh.
finishes her meal by 7:38, and she doesn't take
Okay.
breakfast. She's absolutely fine. Still
Oh,
on the great side.
oh, very good. Good to know that, even the kids can follow it. That is
Yeah, yeah, there is
That's
no
very
harm in doing.
useful information, because I see in teens and tweens, there's like PCOD and all that. So I feel like intermittent fasting is a great way to eliminate that, right?
Yes, absolutely. And a lot of these
Yes, yes,
issues that, in spite of taking so many multivitamins,
yes,
taking so many, supplements, you still don't have a good skin, popping vitamin C pills and everything. You
yeah,
don't require that basically.
all that, yes.
All those pills
Hmm.
really have to be cleared by our liver, right?
Yes,
So
yeah,
in fact taxing your system. So I don't
yes,
say that everything is useless, but as much as only when you require it the most, that way.
yes,
I agree that good food and nutrition is not the only way to look young. If I'm taking about looking, of course we
yeah,
require parlors and fillers and other things and good lighting. I do
yeah,
agree. But if
yeah,
you want to, I'm not talking about looks here, but if you want
yeah.
to have a internal good
Healthy lifestyle.
parameters, yeah,
Yeah.
blood parameters, then
Mhm.
you really need to have a look at your nutrition. Otherwise, nothing else really related.
Yes, that is a lot of good information for our viewers. So, thank you so much, Monica, for your valuable time today and giving us so much good information. I'm especially happy to know that the intermittent fasting is useful in, getting rid of thyroid condition and PCOD and all those conditions. So I'm going to use that in my lifestyle. I hope everybody use it, to change their lifestyle. And we will be back with another episode of Happy Health next week. Stay tuned, and thank you so much, Monica, and have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.